What's going on, everybody? Welcome. We are going to have such an amazing episode 150 of Not Another Gaming Podcast, with a very special recurring guest, friend of the program, friend of the brand, friend in our hearts. We're going to be going over a little Blizzard update, everything that's been going on since. We're going to go over the Riot 10-year anniversary, what they got in store for us, and we're going to do a little genre mixing. Chris has been having a blast with Krunker. Strap yourselves in and get ready for episode 150 of Not Another Gaming Podcast.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
One take, Bobby.
First time. Excellent.
Let me wet the whistle a little bit.
Mm-hmm. How's the weather been over in Boston side of things?
Pretty good.
It was 60-mile-per-hour winds today.
Yeah, hurricane last night.
Oh
Yep.
shit.
Yeah, not good, but it's hoodie weather finally, which is nice.
Absolutely.
So take that.
Dude, I walk outside to go to the food trucks by the hospital for lunch. I was standing, I shit you not, I was standing like this.
That's just because you're top heavy. It had nothing to do with the.
Is aerodynamic.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, if I shave my whole body, I could be an Olympic swimmer.
No, you can't.
Jesus Christ, do the intro.
Oh, no, let him dream. Come on. Are we doing another intro?
No, we're going live.
I think we're just starting.
Yeah, we're starting. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in for episode 150 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. 150 of Not Another Gaming Podcast.
Nice.
We have...
Sorry, that's a good shirt. That was good. I didn't notice that at first. I thought it was just like an old college jersey.
Hey, wickedgaming.com/shop.
And as you just heard, we have a very special guest joining us this week. Recurring guest. You know, as you heard from the one take only intro, one take only. He's a friend of ours, friend of the program, friend in our hearts. Bricky, welcome back. Thank you for coming back on. Tell everybody who didn't hear the last episode that you were on a little bit about yourself, where they can find you.
Oh boy. What was the last episode? Wasn't it like 230s or something? Or...
I don't know. It was like
it was a while ago.
70 maybe.
All right, something on the sides. I'm Bricky. Also, you can call me Brick, which is becoming more common nowadays.
Or Britchard.
Or Britchard. No. You can find me at Bricky, like basically everything. I'm lucky enough to have almost all the handles. So Bricky Twitch, Bricky YouTube, Bricky Twitter. I'm all in all those places for now. And yeah, it's been a bit actually.
Yeah. About it. The last one was episode 67, which is called the title. The title of episode 67 is episode 69 because I remember.
Nice.
And I remember this because the entire episode we were like, damn, Bricky's on finally, and it's episode 69, this is the best, and then we found out at the very end of the episode that it was actually only episode 67. So it's called episode 67, episode 69.
Episode 69. Nice.
That's good. Meta.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you for joining us again. We're going to do a little weekend recap.
Oh, wait, let me do the sound effect.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So, Bricky, why don't you let everybody know what you got into this weekend? What were you doing? Did you black out anywhere? Because I might have. Did you play any video games?
I was actually on vacation.
Ooh.
I went to Mammoth Mountain, which is a place over in kind of like a skiing, snowboarding place over in California.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get like any snow, but I used to go fishing there with my dad twice a year since I was, I think, 4. It's quite often, and so we went there. We went fishing. It was super cold. It was like 14 degrees with like 20-mile-an-hour winds. So that was pretty awful at a bit, and on like a little dinghy boat in the middle of a lake. But it's just a lot of fishing. Going up there, we eating a lot of food, trying the places. It's like a little like pine forest, mountainy area of California, which is nice. The coolest thing is I shot a bunch of guns, which I didn't film, because if you film yourself shooting a gun, you get people from both sides making it all political. I'm like, man, guns are kind of cool. I'm just gonna shoot it. But I royally messed up my shoulder doing it.
Oh God!
So that was fun. I don't know if any of you guys shoot anything, but there's like shotgun, and it was fine. But then you got big old 60-year-old guy who's like, oh, you think that shit kicks, son? Try this up. This is double-aught buckshot. And so I load 4 of those things in there, and I got this nice shotgun stock imprint on my shoulder.
That's kind of badass, though.
That's
I mean,
kind of badass.
It's cool.
I've never shot a shotgun. I mean, I'm gonna say it anyway. Only time I've shot in a gun, it was in someone's backyard, and it definitely like wasn't the place for it. But it was just like a little dinky pistol. I was like, hell yeah! He was like, yo, come here, look at this. I was like, oh fuck yeah! Like 13 years old, I'm all pumped up. But I feel like I'd end up on a YouTube video if I shot a shotgun. I'd like blow my whole body over.
It kicks. It kicks pretty hard. I was surprised. They had a bunch of things like actual ARs and stuff, and it just makes you look at movies and you're like, it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. Except for John Wick.
No, that's
because
all
he
legit.
he trained with actual guns and shit. It looks like he knows what he's doing, but it's total bullshit. The amount of how hard that stuff kicks is ridiculous.
I can imagine. When I get older, I want to be like John Wick.
Well, you heard it here first. Bricky, thank you for telling us about the weekend. Confirmed, Bricky will be in John Wick 4.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I get to play. I'm playing the dog.
Oh no!
Wow. All right. I don't know how to transition from that. Tom, how was your weekend?
Hey, yeah, it's me, Dom. I work pretty hard, like week after week, just trying to craft, really nice, complimentary intros for my good pals Chris and Rob. I just didn't get one this week. It's okay though. I mean, I'm Dom. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I feel pretty good that I'm here. Thanks for having me on, Bob. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Just working away, doing my thing. Pretty good weekend, as you may or may not have noticed by all 6 of the tweets that have corresponded to each one. I started running last week, so I started went on a couple runs. Didn't have the runs. Well, little column A, little column B. One's a symptom of a larger problem, but I've been starting to run, trying to get my cardio in because it's nice out. Nice little New England fall. And it's kind of nice, go run around the city a little bit. So I felt pretty good. I felt like Sonic the Hedgehog, except with more cramps. So yeah, I've been doing that. I actually have been trying to finish Link's Awakening on the Switch. I've been playing that a lot. It's just like the most adorable, beautiful thing that I've pretty much ever encountered in my life. And yeah, other than that, been doing real good. Last weekend, what the hell happened last weekend? I literally
Link's Awakening is the remake, right?
Yeah. It's the remake for the Switch. Yeah, so literally, I need to fucking do this every weekend because my brain just doesn't work. Oh, the Breaking Bad movie came out last weekend. That's what I did. El Camino came out. I won't say anything. No spoilers,
right.
But oh my God. All I'm gonna say is that El Camino was phenomenal. Aaron Paul was absolutely brilliant, and it is the absolute perfect send-off for one of the most underrated characters in television and honestly screen film history. It's
underrated. Really?
Jesse Pinkman? Yeah, absolutely.
I thought everyone loved Jesse Pinkman.
They do, but
maybe just
when you think
about ended 5 years, 6 years
yeah,
ago.
I mean, Aaron Paul is great, but I mean, Bryan Cranston is I think a lot more of a higher notoriety actor. You know what I mean? He has a lot more. He's had a lot more roles since then. Where Aaron Paul had Need for Speed. After that, literally a couple weeks after Breaking Bad came out, Aaron Paul had Need for Speed. I think he did some Broadway stuff afterwards too, but I think Aaron Paul has a lot better acting chops than he gets credit for, and I just feel like he's a pretty underrated actor in his own right. And some of the supporting characters did a fucking great job too. So yeah, El Camino was phenomenal. I was a huge fan of it. And yeah, that's basically what I did with my weekend. I also watched the Aladdin remake, which I wasn't as crazy about. But that was a whole different thing. But I thought Will Smith was pretty good though.
I was about to say the exact same thing. What got me about the Aladdin remake? It was all ass, but the best part was Will Smith. The thing I was the most worried about.
Yeah, that was it. It was just Will Smith and then a bunch of other people that just gave Will Smith a reason to be a fucking genie. Yeah. So yeah, I liked it.
It was so odd.
I liked it. Oh, and Kenny says he didn't like it. So I mean, El Garbagino. That was pretty good, dude.
Yeah, he also said I should hit the treadmill, so we're gonna not listen to anything that comes out of his mouth.
But yeah, Chris, I have been going running. It's been pretty good. So, and yeah, Chris also is a co-host of this podcast. Chris, how was your weekend?
Hey, so I'm back for another episode. Crispy, the tallest and the lankiest. But my weekend, it was pretty low key. Didn't really do too much. Went out for birthday drinks with one of my buddies. Definitely did not go for a run. I couldn't tell you. I don't think I've ever gone for a run, ever. By choice. am petrified of people that go for runs. Not for nothing. If I was in a jail cell with someone that killed someone and then someone that told me they go on runs for fun, I'd be more scared of the second guy. I do not understand it. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But all in all, I had some work this weekend, got a couple drinks, pretty low key. Tomorrow we're actually going out with a couple of the guys from WGG. It's going to be a great time. Dom can't make it, or can you? I don't know. We'll see.
You guys are gonna be down the street from my office, so yeah, I'll be there.
All right, so we're all gonna go out. But all in all, just an okay weekend. Really can't complain. Just happy to be back with the boys, recording another episode. 150. A lot of fucking episodes.
Episode 50.
Yeah, episode 50.
We're starting over. We're starting fresh, guys. I didn't do much this weekend. All I did was drink, stream Counter-Strike, and finally get through some of Bloodborne.
Ooh.
For the first time.
Oh.
So I bought a PlayStation 4 over I think it was Black Friday last year, and I just finally started playing Bloodborne, and I'm like halfway through it right now, and God, it's so fucking good.
What boss are you on? I love Bloodborne.
I just beat Rom the Vacuous Spider.
Oh, that's when the game picks up.
Yeah, like that's the point where it starts like everything starts heating up.
Everything just starts getting like, what the fuck's going on anymore?
Yeah, I look, man, I'm fucking ready for it. I played through all of the Souls games. I want to finish Bloodborne, then I want to get into Sekiro, and then I want to try out Code Vein afterwards.
Sekiro is an interesting game. It's not as good as the rest.
Roll that R again for me.
Pretty good. What's that?
Roll that R again for me.
Oh, Sekiro.
Oh.
See, it's Britchard, Portuguese.
Rise and shine.
Yeah, Bloodborne is like, if you could give me blood. Oh, do you have the DLC for it?
I'm gonna get it afterwards.
Yeah, that's Bloodborne on its own is like great. Bloodborne with that DLC, that's what sells it.
Okay. All right.
You need that. Like, it's not even a joke. You need that.
All right. You sold me. From Software. If you're listening right now, sponsor Bricky, but sponsor us first and then sponsor us afterwards.
This is now 50% of a weeb podcast.
And I don't see any problem with that.
Well, I do, but they're my fans, so I can't do anything about it.
Fucking ridiculous. All right. Well,
Brocky. That's what's in the fucking chat. Brocky.
Brocky. Yeah.
How excited you for all the new anime that just came out?
Man, I'm watching JoJo right now out of a subathon requirement. I hate it.
Okay, on to the next topic, guys.
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too, dude.
Boring.
Oh my god, you guys are fucking ridiculous.
Thank
I thought
you,
we were friends there, Bricky.
Broccoli.
All right. How far are you into it? How far are you into it, Bob?
I'm halfway through Golden Winds.
I'm halfway through episode 50.
It's like
it's the last part.
Okay, I'm on 3 right now. I'm on season 3.
Stardust Crusaders?
Yeah.
The best one?
Okay, listen, it's okay.
God.
The design of the what are they fucking called? The big dudes?
Stands.
They're cool. I like how they're based on tarot cards. They're cool. It's just so boring.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the line. Like, Spaceballs.
Yeah,
Spaceballs is a parody.
Love it.
But it's got jokes. Even if you don't like Star Wars, you can still appreciate Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Dragon Ball Z. I don't like anime. So none of the shit that is this. I don't like it. I can't do it. Also, the best character of the show so far is the fucking Nazi guy in the 2nd season. And I feel like there's a problem with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I appreciate your opinion and your freedom of speech. And I'm hearing you out. I completely disagree with you, but we're not going to cut this because we don't do anything with censorship. Speaking of censorship, let's go into a little
transition, Bob.
Ooh, nice.
Blizzard update. So
very nice.
As everybody knows, Blitzchung, after winning his major event, came out supporting Hong Kong and was swiftly banned for a year from all events. Had all of his prize winnings revoked. The whole backlash came through, and then Blizzard fell back on that, saying, you know what, never mind, we're going to give him his cash back, but he's only banned for 6 months. A little more of an update. In the collegiate Hearthstone League, I think it was Worcester Polytech was playing against American University. Worcester Polytech, it's kind of local.
I think so.
Yeah.
Worcester,
WVI,
Wyoming.
that's
yeah.
local.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Worcester,
Wyoming Polytechnic Institute.
Polytech, yeah. So they were streaming a live match, and fuck, I can't look at chat while we do this. And
wait, I'm sorry, live match of I'm not
of Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
So it's the collegiate league. So American University held up a sign saying "Free Hong Kong, boycott Blizzard," and they were swiftly banned as well, and they were banned for 6 months from the Collegiate League. So
Wait,
another
group was banned.
Yeah, the American University Collegiate team.
Oh, I only knew about the one player.
Yeah, so this came shortly after Blitzchung's stand up for Hong Kong.
Well, at least they're consistent.
Yeah, are they?
They weren't though, because Blitzchung got banned literally in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
These kids that held up the sign, it took 8 days for Blizzard to ban them. 8 days, and even one of the players went on Reddit and wrote a whole post about how they were never banned for the whole thing. Fast forward 8 days, now they're banned. So there's some sort of like hypocrisy going on. It's just not even. So it wasn't a swift ban by any means, and it just really took them getting lit up even more to actually go through with it 8 days later.
Can you get TOS on Twitch yet for saying like, let's go Hong Kong protesters?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I don't think Amazon is owned by much of China.
All right, let's motherfucking get it. Protest, baby.
Okay, and we will catch everybody at
We'll see you on Mixer next week.
No, but so kind of more that I've read into it, the whole thing. I've read into the whole thing today, actually. So, like I said, it took 8 days for the AU players to get banned. And then even after the whole thing, 8 days later, Blizzard went to the kids that were playing and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, like you guys are fired. And they're like, dude, we quit 8 days ago. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Like, we quit 8 days ago. You can't fire us. And the thing with them is they got banned for a completely different part of the rule than Blitzchung. Blitzchung got banned because it was a political statement.
Yeah.
These kids got banned for going against the sportsmanship, like some part of the sportsmanship, which I have right here. It's violation of Rule 7.1b. Participants may not take any action or perform any gesture directed at another participant, TESPA admin, or another party to incite others to do the same thing, something that is abusive, insulting, mocking, or disruptive. So pretty much they got banned because Blizzard wanted to stop other people from doing it. So they got banned for two completely different reasons.
Well, that's the why they got banned. You know?
Yeah.
Like you can, you may want to fire someone if they're just being a dickhead, but you need your legal reasoning for firing someone. I'm not saying they're being dickheads. I'm saying like in the business world, there's the legal reason versus the I just want them out of here.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, there's not like, of course they're gonna bounce back, but I think they're gonna lose a lot of people on this bounce back. The only way I can realistically seeing things get somewhat rectified is if they pull back all the bans and all the kind of all the punishments that they've put these people through, and at least release like a official rule that kind of gets more specific, because I feel like it's so it's so abstract right now where there's nothing really nailed down to say what you can and what you can't say.
Well, that's the point. That's why they have it so vague, so they can blur these lines where if they think something was wrong and they want to ban somebody and revoke their prize winnings, they have fail safes in place to do so with obscure legislature.
I find it kind of similar to the Twitch type thing. Obviously not to shit talk Twitch or anything, but they seem like they have their set guidelines. But each of the set guidelines is very vague, and each moderator or each person who handles bans has their own interpretation of said guidelines because they're so vague. And I mean, it makes sense because if you make hard rules, then people will be like, okay, so I can push it all the way to here then.
Yeah.
But the problem is when you've got multiple people.
I can only
doing
throw my
bans,
cat this far.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You have a 12-inch reach with your cat.
Yeah. If you go, it's like 6 inches, you're fine.
Damn, bro. Jeez,
But yeah, I think it sounds like a similar thing. Though I gotta admit, part of me kind of is enjoying all this Blizzard Hong Kong stuff because it's just so mustache twirling evil.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it's so unanimously awful that there's no real. Oh well, it kind of made. No, it's just like, damn, that's fucked.
And the thing is, like, this is how I see it. Blizzard, they're being such pussies about the whole thing, to be frank, because after the whole thing with Blitzchung happened, this is the same company. They canceled an Overwatch launch event in New York because they were scared of like the protests and everything that were going to happen. Stand by your decision. Why are you being such babies about it? Like, go out there, face it head on, because at this point, BlitzCon's going to be fucking the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, I'm so excited for BlizzCon. I'm so excited.
It's going to be fucking wild.
I'm very ready.
Oh, yeah, that's only in like a month.
Is it that soon?
I thought usually it's in November, no?
Yep. I'm pretty sure it's in a month. Yep.
Oh, damn. November
Blizzard,
1st?
if you're listening to this, you can still feel free to just give us passes to BlizzCon if you want. It's like totally fine.
I'm like pretty sure we could apply.
We did.
I live like 30 minutes away. I really want to just like go so I can walk on the outside and see people with signs.
All right, I'm
Go
gonna
find
send the
my future
application.
ex-husband at
gonna-
BlizzCon, says
I'm
Bricky.
gonna send the application, and we'll see.
Dude, one of the AU players, like I said, he went to Reddit and put a whole post out there, his whole statement. He writes at the bottom, in sum, there doesn't seem to be any punishment for supporting Hong Kong on stream, and it would be very inconvenient for Blizzard if we did. They can't keep the cameras off forever, especially at BlizzCon.
Yeah, no, of course not. Of course not.
I think it's a little weird though, because a lot of people are hearkening the Blizzard thing to like other companies that are owned by Tencent. But if I recall, Tencent isn't like, I think people are like it's like the Amazon of China, right? It's not like the government. It's not like
They control a lot of TV stations. That's what they did with the Houston Rockets.
do they?
Yeah, they
Do they?
took the Houston Rockets completely off TV after their GM voiced his support for the Hong Kong protesters. So Daryl Morey was like, he like retweeted an image that said like, stand up for democracy, stand up for the protesters in Hong Kong. And Tencent immediately went in and like just wiped the Houston Rockets games off of broadcast TV.
Well, I was wrong then.
And Houston Rockets are historically the most popular Chinese NBA team, and they're probably single-handedly responsible for the basketball boom in China after they drafted Yao Ming. We were talking about this last week. They literally are like bananas huge in China. Like they're gigantic because of when Houston drafted Yao Ming, and the guy was a superstar, and became this like cultural ambassador for the game. That was it. Like the boom was on from there. Like pretty wild to think about. And now just like that, it's like Houston Rockets off TV. See you later.
So how do you feel about the statement that J. Allen Brack made, where he said that it has nothing to do with the relationship that they have with China?
I think he's a fucking bullshitter.
Wasn't that sent from like China too?
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous statement because it so blatantly has everything to do with that. And if it comes back and like he lied about it having nothing to do with the relationship with China, that motherfucker should step down. He just lied to the whole like community's face and all the shareholders' faces.
Well, the thing is here's the deal. Like, so I put up a blog on this on wickedgoodgaming.com. You can go read that blog if you feel so inclined. But basically, like, he can easily say this because in Hearthstone's and I think all of Blizzard Esports' like TOS, it says that you can't say anything, whatever the article code is, it says like you can't say anything that would be potentially like politically inflammatory or divide the customer base or divide the audience or something like that. Like you basically can't speak about any sort of like potentially inflammatory topics that would put Blizzard in a jeopardizing spot or divide the fan base. The language is something like that. So, but the reason why something like that is always in place, and there's always going to be something like that. Riot Games probably has something like that. Activision has it, obviously, because Blizzard has it. EA has it, probably.
Riot has it in place, and they already asked their player base to not do anything.
Yeah, because they're 100% owned by Tencent. So they literally... So like they have that in place so that they can say this has nothing to do with China. This is only because of our TOS, and they can say that because they have the legal language to back it up. But the only reason why that's in place in the first place is so they can cover their ass, so that when somebody does say something, they can easily just go, "Hey, that wasn't us. It's in our TOS. We already suspended the kid. What more do you want us to do?" Yeah. Like they have the language in there.
Riot.
What's that?
This was Riot.
That's Blizzard. So Blizzard's TOS for their esports competitions is like you can't say anything on any sort of official channels or whatever while engaged in professional competition that would jeopardize Blizzard's standing with its shareholders or something like that, or divide the fan base in like a political way. So, or like anything inflammatory. So you know, and this could cut both ways. It could be something that's morally wrong, or it could be something like communism is bad, which objectively is true. So, like, Blizzard it can easily say, they go, we washed our hands of this kid, we banned him, we fined him. It's in our TOS. We told him not to do it, and he's acting out on his own. And they can just go like this and distance him from him. So, but the only reason why that TOS is there, it's not because they don't want anybody to say anything bad. It's so they can cover their ass when their shareholders and their sponsors and stuff come down on them. So that's the only reason why any company ever has shit like that. So
has Riot made a response to all this stuff, considering that they're 97% owned or 93% owned?
They already reached out to their player base to say, hey, please don't do this.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Don't do that.
Yeah. You see what they did there? Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't know. Like Bricky said, the whole thing's kind of like entertaining to a point to really watch unfold.
So evil. That, it's like Darth Vader evil.
Like, you just get pulled in like different ways too. It's like, oh, okay, they're doing the right thing. Wait, why the fuck did they just do that? Oh no, they're saying the right thing. Wait, why did they just say that? Like it's just like pulling you in both ways. And like at the end of the day, like you said, it's mustache twirling evil. So I mean, I'm kind of excited to see how it unfolds, how they do bounce back, how much they lose because of it. Because as of now, they are losing a lot of fans because of it. So we'll see the bounce back. Of course, they're gonna bounce back. It's fucking Blizzard, but they're definitely gonna take a nice little hit. Oh my god, drop in the water, a couple $1 million in subscriptions,
dude. Let's not forget, it's also Activision Blizzard.
True.
They own Call of Duty now, so they're gonna be fine for a while.
Yeah, they're fine.
Real quick, just to keep the lights on, big shout out to Boston Born 781 for the tier 1 sub.
Hey, Boston Born.
Big shout out. And we've got a lot of followers that are coming in too, and I haven't been able to like keep up with all the names coming in, so just thank you for the love. We appreciate you. But yeah, Boston Born 781, shout out to you. Audio champagne, baby.
It's been really nutty lately last couple of days though. It's it was surprising seeing the Epic Games CEO be like, yeah, no, you can do that if you want.
The timing on that was perfect. Timing on that was perfect. That's like when shit really started hitting the fan. And then before you know it, they put something out there like, hey, like what they're doing over there, that's fine. You could do that over here. It's like, oh, okay. Like we could do that over here. Let's go over here. It was just perfect timing.
It was kind of weird though, because like I don't hate Epic Games as much as everyone else does. I think their store is bad, but I'm not like, I'll never touch that. It's basically the devil. But the guy coming out with that the day after saying, if it's a PR move, like, good job. But obviously, until like one of his players that says something,
yeah, exactly.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait till he actually is like, he gets hit with it. But we can always sit in the shower and be like, if I had to do a do-over again, if this happened to me, I definitely say this, and this. But yeah, we'll see. But I mean, good on him if he sticks to his word.
Yeah, it's definitely a dope PR move if like that's actually what it was. Of course, when something actually does happen, we'll see how quick they really retract the statement. But like you said, it's like after the whole fact, we're just gonna be like, everyone was gonna be like, oh, we should have said that. We should have said that. It's like when you go into like an interview or you get in an argument. We'll say argument because whatever. So say you're in an argument, right? You walk away just like, fuck, like I had that burn in my back pocket. Why didn't I use it? I should have fucking said it. But we're going to see a lot of that. But a lot of statements are going to be pulled back when shit starts happening again.
Yeah, hindsight.
Well, any final thoughts on the whole Blizzard update?
Yeah, let's go democracy. Let's go free speech. Fuck everything else.
Yeah. I mean, go Hong Kong. Best of luck to them, of course. I mean, I'm kind of downplaying such a crazy pivotal move in a country, but yeah, I mean, I'm here in America, so I can't do much. But shit, hopefully they can do better. I really want League of Legends is the biggest game in the world. I really want to see a pro league player do one of these things and see what happens.
I am convinced it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I want to see how they're going to handle it because back when I played a lot of League, I met a lot of rioters. I met a lot of the people, and they don't seem like the kind of people who would do the Blizzard thing. But I know it's kind of not up to them, so
yeah, that's more of a corporate level decision.
Yeah, I mean the Riot's done some bad things in the past, no doubt. They had a whole bunch of scandals recently, but everyone I met seemed to be pretty decent human beings, and they employ like 1,500 people. So Maybe it's just the top guys who are like horrible ones.
There's someone in the chat, Robrano, if I pronounce that right. He said
Bruno, yeah.
Robrano. There's a team called the Hong Kong Attitude. If anyone's gonna do it, it's probably gonna be them. Makes total
I
sense.
would fucking hope so. Jeez.
Yeah, damn. All right. Well, hopefully we'll yep. We'll see what happens, especially because Riot Games has a lot of goodwill, which we're going to talk about right now.
Whoa.
I got you,
Hold on,
man.
hold
I
on.
got the transition.
It's like we're playing duos volleyball right now, and you just set me up with the perfect fucking spike. Oh, I love it. As Bricky was saying, we should probably quickly discuss everything that's been going on with the Riot Games 10-year anniversary. They have come out with a ton of new shit, and I am excited. I'm still not going to play League of Legends, but I'll play other stuff anyway. So, to briefly go down what they are releasing, not only is there going to be new updates to the new season of League of Legends, they are releasing a League of Legends fighting game, which looks incredible. They're releasing a tactical multiplayer first-person shooter, which looks like Call of Duty meets Overwatch, and I don't know how sold I am on it. They're releasing a management sim for professional league players, kind of like FIFA football manager. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
From
one of those.
a league team?
Yeah, for an esports team.
Yeah, stuff like that. They're also releasing a new card game, and that's not all. That's not all. They're releasing a semi MMO kind of action adventure game, a SMMO action adventure shared world game where it's kind of like Torchlight, kind of like Pillars of Eternity, like an American RPG. Something along those lines. And then also League of Legends is coming to mobile and consoles. So
And I think the TFT as well.
TFT, yeah, TFT. I feel like TFT is much more easily implemented on mobile and console than actual League, but I haven't played the game in fucking like 4 years, so
that's a perfect mobile game.
Yeah.
Auto chess is a perfect mobile game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like when Hearthstone
Absolutely.
came out on mobile and we were all like smartest people in the room.
Yeah.
And now look where they are.
And now look.
I'm still almost always the smartest person in the room.
Oh, fucking
Almost.
would have been. A couple other things too. I don't know if you said it because I kind of zoned out when you talk because you just have a mesmerizing voice.
Thank you.
They're coming out with the League of Legends documentary called Origins. So it's like the whole backstory.
The anime. How could I forget about the anime?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking
Okay.
sold.
Come on, Wee Bob. You couldn't even bring that up.
Oh my god, I'm so
Yeah, and then
It's like different art style though, isn't it? It kind of has that like
yeah.
It's a little different than like the standard stuff, but yeah.
It's like a Blizzard cinematic.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of, but like cell shaded, kind of.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, it looks beautiful, and I think it's following the like uprising of Vi and Jinx.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a like an origin story for Vi and Jinx. That's what people
Yeah.
are saying. And then at one of the scenes where like the title scenes, mid roll, whatever you want to call it, it said every legend has a beginning. So it's kind of like foreshadowing that it's going to be an origin type series, I guess.
All right, so I want to get everybody's hot takes on this. Let me know what you are most excited for, or if you're not excited at all. I personally am incredibly excited for the anime. I have been waiting for them to explore the League lore since I started playing the game 6 years ago at this point. And I feel like they have a wide open opportunity to make a legitimate MMO, not just like an American RPG. Kind of semino. So let me know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so I'll kick it off. So there's a couple things that jump out to me that are absolutely psychotic, and people that like take place in using and playing these things, they're nutbags. First of all, the esports team builder game, which is like the esports manager simulator, bananas. I mean, that is an absurd game. It's like people that play the NASCAR video game. You just sit there and driving laps. I can't find that fun. It's kind of cool that there's a game like GM mode and certain Madden games and whatnot. But for esports, it's something different. They're trying whatever. I'm excited for Project A, which is the first person shooter. Like you said, Bob, it's like Overwatch mixed with Call of Duty. and they're trying different things in this game. There's one thing that I watched in the whole presentation, whatever you want to call it, is they're using different types of technology to fight something called Peeker's Advantage, which we're all familiar with if you play first-person shooters. It's pretty much the delay on what's happening on the screen. They use it.
Rainbow Six is notorious for this.
Exactly, and I actually watched on that. Statistically, it's better than a lot of games that are out. I don't know how, because it's terrible.
Counter-Strike has pretty bad Peeker's Advantage.
It does, yeah. So it's pretty much like, for people that don't know, it's their way to compensate for lag, kind of, and like your ping and whatnot. But all in all, I'm excited to see how that game plays out, because it's something different. It's, I don't know how to describe it, but just watching the couple seconds of gameplay, it's something that I haven't seen before, and it reminds me more of Overwatch than anything, just because like hero base and like they have all these power-ups and whatever. It's supposed to be like a super tactical shooter, so we'll see how that goes. Last but not least, do not talk to me ever. Do not come near me. Don't ask for a sip of my drink. You're never sleeping at my house again if you listen to the League of Legends soundtrack that they just put out on Spotify, or you got excited about that.
It's probably pretty good.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna sit there and like, not that I go to the gym, but like, what are the times you listen to music? Like, you're sitting at your desk, you're doing work, like you're at the gym, you're doing something productive. You couldn't pay me enough to be like, okay, like I can listen to rap, I can listen to rock music, some
I listen
country.
to the Warcraft soundtrack all the time.
I listen to the Kingdom Hearts and the Final Fantasy soundtracks all the time.
The Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King soundtrack, one track. Actually, there's a big like orchestra that does it. I think it was I don't think it was officially Blizzard, but it was another thing that did it, and they did like a whole like huge like 30-piece orchestra cover of the entire Wrath of the Lich King soundtrack, and it's just
See,
you're outnumbered here, buddy. I mean, Bob can talk about how amazing Bloodborne soundtrack is too during the boss fights.
It's really good.
I get that the music's good and dumb, like you said, the whole orchestra and stuff, because that is an event. It's not like, what are you doing this week? I'm going to watch the fucking League of Legends orchestra play. Like, that's okay. Like, that's a one-time thing. But you're not at your desk typing away, getting work done. Like, I'm just going to fire up, like, the fucking World of Warcraft theme songs. That could not be me. I'd rather listen to, like, someone farting on repeat.
Man.
Well, I'm sorry, but Mr. Boomer, you gotta get with the times.
I don't give a shit. I'm not.
That's everyone nowadays.
Couldn't be me.
All right,
I have the
soundtrack all the time when I'm trying to like do stuff. I just listen to the.
I finished Persona 5, and that fucking game slaps. That game has such good music.
I have the Pokemon Gold and Silver soundtrack on vinyl, right up there.
Oh, I got the Transistor soundtrack on vinyl as well. Yeah, I feel you.
You know what? I'm gonna contact Riot. I'm gonna get my hands on a nice vinyl of their orchestral sounds. So, fuck you, Chris. Horrible take. Anyone else?
I feel that though. I get it. It's definitely one of those things where it's a personal thing. Some people listen to like cinematic music from trailers and shit in games, and it just pumps you up. Some people it leaves them flaccid and disappointed. So I totally get it, but damn, it's common though. People do it a lot now.
Chris usually leaves flaccid, and whoever he was with was disappointed.
Well, I mean, that's just, it happens. It happens.
Bricky, what are you excited for from the Riot 10-year anniversary?
So I've got this question every 5 minutes on every stream since the thing, because.
All right, Dom, what are you excited for?
Yeah, Dom, you go first. I'll end it. I'll end the discussion.
Well, as somebody who knows nothing about anything when it comes to Riot games, and now that Riot has more than one game and you can call them Riot games and not Riot Game, I think it's pretty exciting that they're like just dipping their toes into absolutely everything. I think it's kind of weird that they had, aside from just like TFT and League of Legends, now it's like they've got an anime, they've got a card battler, they've got an MMO, they've got a fighting game, and a first-person shooter all after one thing. So I'm a big fan of like do one or two, maybe three things really, really well, and that's it. I mean, we spent the first half hour of the podcast shit-talking Blizzard, but I mean, that's something that they've done for years and years and years, which has gone really well. However, I am a sucker for a good action RPG. I love a good MMO, and it seems to me like League of Legends has a decently deep like lore foundation to it. and the character designs are really interesting. The environments are really interesting. I don't know anything about it, but one thing I know Bob knows this about me is when I get into a new thing, like I try to suck up as much lore as humanly possible and try to like gain encyclopedic knowledge of like everything when it comes to that lore aspect of it. So, and this is like basically what I've done with Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Warcraft, especially. Like, I mean, I could tell you the history of like Warcraft better than I can probably tell you like U.S. history. So, yeah. So, I would definitely give it a try. League of Legends is free to play, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's probably
And
safe to assume.
The monetization system isn't like too shitty either. It's
No.
decent.
Yeah, and so it's probably safe to assume that like the MMO is probably going to be free to play like off the rip, and that they're going to have some like freemium features to it. So I will definitely give that a try, as long as I can, as long as I have the right system requirements for it and whatnot. I would definitely like to give it a try because it seems like a pretty richly built world. So I'm excited to kind of delve into it a little bit. I have no interest in MOBAs, so I've never like. And when we started doing the show, Bob was kind of on his way out for League of Legends, so you know, I never really sunk my teeth into it, but I would be pretty excited to kind of dig into that world in a genre that I actually like and that I'm familiar with.
That's fair.
Dude, the League of Legends lore is, because I wasn't huge in the WoW lore, but for me that's like my World of Warcraft for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's incredible.
League lore is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really well done. So obviously I did a lot of League of Legends stuff in my channel way back when. I've played that game for like 6-7 years, back when it was in season 2. It was a while ago. Obviously I've quit for about 2 years now, give or take, maybe a little less, with the exception of a recent stream I did for a subathon. But yeah, that's the one thing funny about League is that I don't like it a bunch because of making content on it. I think that making content on League kind of traps you in this weird pitfall that you can never climb out of, and it makes it very difficult to deal with. And I just didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And also my enjoyment of the game was kind of dwindling a bit. But it's funny because outside the game, the arts, the music, the lore, just the storytelling in general, their cinematics, all of that is 9 out of 10 material. It's extremely good. I remember after I quit, they came out with a character called Pike. Pike is like a pirate serial killer butcher, and he is easily one of the coolest fucking dudes, coolest looking characters ever. His backstory was awesome. He was terrifying, and I almost got into it again just so I could play the goddamn guy. And I played him recently in that one stream, and he's pretty edgy, but he's awesome. So everything like that is super well done. They had that recent cinematic too for the new champion, Senna, who's like Lucian's wife.
Yes, Lucian's wife. Yep.
Yeah, that was badass as well. Got a good lore fight there. But overall, I'm not too big on the card game, so I'm kind of putting that to the wayside. I played their board game though, their Mechs vs. Minions board game. It's actually really good and really well made, like painted very well. That was recently though. Funny enough, 4 years ago or so, I actually went to Riot headquarters. You know they got a Falconer?
What?
Have you not heard about this?
No.
Okay, so it's like 7 buildings around the area, right? On the inside of there's like a little walking around alcove. They have a Falconer, a dude who has like 4 falcons, and he purchased them on the separate buildings so that birds don't come in the center and shit. It keeps it keeps like pigeons away. It's such like fuck you money. I love it.
Guys, take notes when we
love
open
how
headquarters.
ridiculous it is. But anyway, I remember there was a building there I couldn't go into because the guy said they were putting the S in Riot Games, and so I guess that was what they were doing over there. Action adventure game looks kind of fun. I'm curious. Anything more League World is cool. Same with their MMO type thing. The first person shooter, FPSs are my favorite genre. If I'm being honest, the gameplay looks just really clunky and bad, but I'm assuming it's way early alpha, so I'm sure it'll get a little bit better as time goes on. But its original thing it's a little bit rough around the edges. If I'm most excited about anything, I think it probably would be the FPS game. But
Say the anime. Say the anime. Say the anime. Say the anime.
I will watch the anime. I will watch it because, like I said, the world, right? God, everything. It looks like a Piltover Zon thing, which is great. It's It's classism, which is always something you could work well with. But when you've got this hoity-toity, fancy, golden, mixing magic with metal society steampunk thing and the underground toxin waste dump zone, it's pretty cool. You got a lot you can do there.
What I'm really excited for from that is that's just the start of them being able to open up to other regions and other character origins. So that people have been clamoring about the whole Vi Jinx thing since both characters released.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see everybody else at this point. I want to see that, and then I want to see everything.
Yeah, Vi was my favorite character too. I love punching the shit out of stuff. It was great.
She's fun to play. I was a big Hecarim guy. Hecarim and a Mumu.
Oh, the jungler guy, you.
A little bit.
So do you guys think, so as someone who picked up TFT, I didn't play for that often, but I jumped right into it and played without knowing any League of Legends lore. Do you think more people are going to give it a shot on mobile? Like, is it going to like make people try it even if they haven't played League before?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played TFT because I don't really care about auto chess, but seeing the game, I mean, that's a mobile game. That's completely a mobile game.
Dude, auto chess is a mobile game. It's like right now, one of the biggest played iOS mobile games, whatever you want to call it, is Clash Royale, which is, I can't call it auto chess, but it's similar. It's like drag, drop, let them do what they want to do type thing. But not to the point where you can like power up other people. You mix match and like pair people up. But I think people would honestly give it a shot. I'm thinking more of my friends that don't really play too many video games besides like Fortnite and stuff like that. But it's something where I can see them trying it. I don't know the longevity on it, but I think people are going to at least give it a shot like I did. Like I was so anti League of Legends. And Bob's like, you should really try this auto chess game. I'm going to go pro in it. I was like, oh, for real? Like, oh, try it out. And then
I was pretty fucking good.
You were fucking trash. You played in the blind
Bro,
server.
get the fuck out of here. I was in the top 1%.
Weren't you top 1% for PUBG as well?
Yeah.
What happened to that?
I fucking gave up on that game.
Apex came out.
All six people stopped playing.
And then I gave up on TFT as well.
Hey man, PUBG is huge in China.
Yeah, in China.
Oh, that's the funny part, right? Fortnite is like 40% owned by Tencent, but they don't play Fortnite in China.
No, they play everything else.
They play PUBG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both games are trash.
I don't hate Fortnite. I just because I appreciate the idea. You know, I always said I was so strange because all the kiddie games, right? Minecraft and COD were like the main kid games for a while. Those are really easy pick up and play games. You ever fought good players in Fortnite? It's fucking hard.
Feel helpless. You shoot at them once and they turn into a skyscraper.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's like a kiddie. I'm not saying like it's a kiddie game. Like I hate it because it's for babies or whatever. And I definitely am not saying that I hate it because I saw a kid throw his fucking remote at his flat screen when the Fortnite black hole event started. I'm definitely not saying that Fortnite makes me hate humanity in that regard. That is super not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that I truly will never be able to fathom how people can be that infatuated with that game because there is nothing going on with it. This is like old man yells at cloud. Like this is the most this is the most old man yells at cloud I get. Where I'm like, dude, I have no fucking idea why this gameplay loop is so like infatuating. I'll never understand it. And we fucking shoutcasted a tournament. Me and Chris shoutcasted a tournament, and I was like, dude, I don't know why this is fun for people to do like 10 hours a day. I don't get it.
I think it's just the BR formula because it's so high hype. But I think it's also because the game changes like weekly. Every week something new comes in, a new weapon is added, a new thing is removed, a map changes. You know, your game doesn't always have to be perfect as long as it's constantly evolving.
And they are doing that. So I'm not a big Fortnite guy by any means, but they definitely do keep the game spicy. Yeah. They definitely do. Like the whole blackout thing that they had, that was like the best piece of marketing I've ever seen in my life. They literally had 250,000 people watching a black dot on their screens. Like people literally like,
yeah, you're fucking brain dead. You have water on the brain if you actually sat there for 10 hours and watched a black hole just to see the same 30-second gameplay loop. after that.
Man, that is.
Oh, I wonder
that is
what
far-
configuration the map's gonna be now, dude.
that
It's
is
like one of
far
those.
from the cringiest thing I've ever done when I was a kid.
If you took one of those Car City carpets, you know the Car City carpet things that you had when you were a kid. If you cut that up into like 20 squares and just rearrange them, that's what the Fortnite map is.
True.
Hey man, I'm seeing all
I'll
these.
see you guys
young
later.
kids
That's me for the
playing
podcast
Fortnite.
for the night because that's the most accurate thing I'm ever gonna say on the show.
I'm just saying, if the cringiest thing these kids ever do is floss in like a lunch center, then they're living great. They're doing good in life.
I hate that.
Yeah, because like, I hate it too.
back
I hate it too. But I look back when I was
Facts.
12 and when I was 14, and I think to myself, well, you know, if the worst thing in the world is having someone film me flossing, then okay, I'll deal with that.
Dude, they need to bring back the Cotton Eye Joe and get rid of the floss. That's what they
How's
need
the
to
Cotton Eye Joe?
Brick, your
Cotton-
fans went
Oh.
from calling me a boomer to saying I'm dummy thick in the chat. So
They call me a boomer. They call me a boomer all the time. It's state of mind because I like Rolling the Stones.
gray
I like the Rolling
sweatpants challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Stones.
I will lose. It'll look like I'm smuggling a chickpea.
Kid's got a piece of
man.
chapstick stuck in the middle of his gray sweatpants. What happened?
Dude, so speaking of flossing, I don't know, I'll never forget this. I was at Dave and Buster's one day. It was like on a Saturday. I was like, let's go play games and drink and like get wings and shit. And I'm already 3 shades to the wind. And I'm going outside to smoke a cigarette. And like I turn as I'm smoking, and there's literally 5 kids standing around a gray Honda Civic, all flossing. And then I thought like someone put something in my drink. I was like, I'm seeing shit right now. And they were just going for it. And, like the kids' parents were just like sitting there having conversations. They would not stop sweating, flossing. I was like, dude, bring back bullying.
Man, I don't really care much about that stuff. Yeah, it's cringy, but I mean, come on. They're
I'll see you
fucking
at the PAX
12.
East after parties this year, Brick. And if I see you flossing, I swear to Christ.
I'll floss just to hurt you.
Oh
I'll
my
floss just to
God,
make
don't
you
do
upset.
that.
I'll
can
put
hurt-
you. I will put you through a fucking table if I see you floss.
Please do. It'll be worth it.
Local man thrown through ceiling after flossing at after party.
Yeah. Kids are stupid. Remember the Minecraft generation that shit kids did then?
Yeah.
Is that a
These
generation
also-
is that not the same generation as the Fortnite generation? They
No,
all-
that's my generation.
No, that's our generation. Minecraft is literally our. Well, not your generation, Dom. You're old as fuck.
Oh my
but it's
God.
our generation.
And Call of Duty was a thing for a while. That was a huge deal. 360 no scope kids. I mean,
Dude.
come on, mom, get the cameras.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
nobody
fucking me in
listen.
public.
Nobody was going in their fucking school parking lot going
Okay,
like this.
Oh, yes, they were.
Oh,
yes,
I-
they were.
Actually, yeah, maybe they were, because I went laser tagging when I was like, I don't know,
No.
14, and I was drop shotting people.
Oh my
I was
God!
laser tag- I was literally
You were
diving
going like
on-
this with the gun, just fucking spinning around like.
Yeah. I was
Yeah, you ever
murdering.
been to an airsoft field? There's always
Yeah.
one 10-year-old with a katana. Every time.
No way.
Oh, yeah. They always have a sword on their back. And they
Chokeslam.
really want to use it, but then they get shot by like a 400
Are you
FPS
allowed to
gun,
use
and then
katanas
they-
when you do it? I'm so out
Yeah,
of the loop. What is
like
going
foam,
on?
foam katanas, you know, like
I
fake-
was gonna say this dude brought a real fucking blade to a
yeah,
airsoft
he
gun
brought a
field.
folded over fucking blade to an airsoft.
I wouldn't want to play against that guy.
I went 31-0 in laser tag the other day, all melee.
Oh man. So kind of to wrap up the whole laser tag story, I got kicked out and I was told that I was not allowed back at Laser Quest because
Yeah, because you were cheating.
no, but like
Drop shot is cheating.
on top of drop shotting, I put my hoodie over my senses so no one could really see me.
Oh, yeah.
You were
okay.
fucking
You're-
double cheating.
you're
Oh,
such a
dude.
dick, then.
No, this is the biggest dick thing. I like looking back, I'm like, wow, I'm such an asshole. But when you're like running into trouble, like your gun doesn't work or something like that, you yell Marshall, Marshall, like wherever you are on the map. I was literally sprinting around the place going, Marshall, Marshall, like run to the other side. And people, you just heard like all the workers going, where are you? Where are you? And then I got banned.
Meanwhile, Chris is 6'7" and is
Yeah.
sprinting around this place. He's literally his head is hanging out over the fucking the dividers. The marshal's probably standing at the entrance, like, I'll just let this kid get tired. He's
Dude,
gonna tire
I
out
see, I
sometime.
see you. I see you. I'm like,
Winded after 5 shouts.
And that was the last time Chris ran.
that's for damn sure.
Yeah, someone in the chat mentioned they said I miss airsoft. Dude, I miss airsoft so much. I love that, but it's the most Kyle fucking
Yeah.
thing in the world. Everyone is just so try hard, never calls their shit, constantly bitches about rules, has like some god tier gun and shoots you point blank.
Put
It's
on your
such
Fox Racing
style.
hoodie and go
Oh my
airsoft.
god, tap out shirt. I hate it.
Tighten up your etnies and get after it.
I still have my camo gear in my drawer over there from when I used to go airsoft with my cousin Chris too.
Something tells me if you wear camo, people can still see you.
A little bit.
Oh, I am positive people can still see me.
See, get 20 of your friends that you all trust. And you play airsoft. It's the best time.
See, Bricky, that's the issue. That's the trouble right there. I don't know if I have 20 friends I can playing airsoft.
No. Well, you live in fucking Boston. You don't got you have fields out there. Do you have places to play it? Where?
Yeah, down the end of my street. We used to go paintballing down there every single weekend.
And drink there.
Yeah, and drink there. Yeah. And we had to stop paintballing there because we would just leave broken bottles down there all the time. Till someone tries crouching in a bush and they cut their knee open from a rolling rock that we crushed on a rock last weekend.
Somebody goes, imagine having 20 plus friends. Oh my fucking
you got quizzes and shit.
Should I throw my camo on?
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Well, you know what? Bricky
What were we
brought up
talking
something. I don't fucking remember, dude. Bricky brought up something earlier, though. He was talking about our generation of gaming with the Minecraft, Call of Duty stuff, which leads me into the last topic, the perfect thing to discuss right now. Krunker. Chris has been balls deep in Krunker, and I genuinely don't see the appeal of it. It's a mashup of Minecraft, an arena shooter like Quake, and Call of Duty. And I played it for one weekend. I played it over the weekend with Steve. Shout out Avets. And I understood the appeal of it. It was a fast-paced arena shooter with like Call of Duty and Counter-Strike like guns and shooting. And I get why people like it, but it's not for me. And I feel like there's been a lot of genre mixing recently with like this game is a culmination of this game and this game, the two pinnacles in the franchise or pinnacles in the genre, and people like it. But I feel like it alienates people who would rather play. For instance, when I was playing, I told Steve I would just rather play Quake or Counter-Strike at this point.
I have never heard of this game, and I've just looked up a video on it, and it reminds me of that totally accurate Battlegrounds game, just CS:GO.
Yeah. So as someone who's been playing it for a long time, like I'm sick on the amount of time that I have on in like the past week. But it's Minecraft mixed with Call of Duty, a little bit of CS:GO, and like a sprinkle of Quake on top.
The movement is all Quake. Movement's all Quake.
Oh yeah, because it's all bunny hopping. It's literally all bunny hopping. The hitboxes are broken, but there's fun things to the game. And first of all, it's an IO game. Like you can play it on any browser you want. If I knew this game existed when I was in school, I would have failed out even quicker than I did, because I'd just be playing it however I could. You can play it on any computer. But there's fun things that you can do in it. There's different mods that are in it, so you can go into certain mods. You can get different like Call of Duty guns put in, and like whatever the other games are. I haven't looked too far into it. You could do like shotgun jumping and shit like that. It's fun. It's fast paced. I think you didn't like it because you don't really play that. Like Quake is like the fastest paced game you've played, right?
Quake is definitely Quake. Yeah. No, I'm saying Quake is like the fastest arena shooter that you can play.
Yeah, it's just a different game. Like it's all movement. That's really all I could say. There has been genre mixing, which I think is a good thing. I mean, you get things that are working from other games, put it into one, put it with something that you have that's already working, just make it double as good. I don't see any issue with that. I think people should continue doing it.
My only issue is like if I want to play a tactical first-person shooter, I want to play Counter-Strike. If I want to play a fast-paced arena shooter, I'll play Quake.
And you can do that. So like you originally said that you playing that game, it feels like you're like alienated and you can't play anything else. If you want to play a game like Counter-Strike, you play Counter-Strike. If you want to play a game like Quake, play Quake. If you want a little mix of all of them, you just can't run all of them at the same time.
That's why I'm saying I understand the appeal of it. It's not for me.
Yeah,
I'm confused in the discussion here. Are we just talking about combination of mixing games? Are we talking about the game itself, or what's going on?
A little bit of both, I guess, because now that we're in the topic itself, we previously discussed the Project Atheris or whatever it is for
the Riot thing
for Riot, where it's the melding of Counter-Strike and Overwatch. And again, like you were saying, Bricky, the original gameplay, it was probably super early alpha, maybe even pre-alpha, and it didn't look that great. It just looked like an ugly version of Counter-Strike with hero-based shooting in Overwatch. And I, again, not sold on it. I'll give it a try if it's free. But if I want to play a tactical shooter, I'm playing Counter-Strike. If I want to play a hero shooter, I'm playing Overwatch.
Yeah. All right. So I guess this is kind of a curveball. What games would you want to see really meshed into one? If you could pick like 2 games to mesh into one, like your favorite mechanics from them, which ones would you pick?
Oh fuck, that's
I don't even have an answer for that yet. So I was just
I have one easy off the cuff.
Here, do Bob. Go ahead.
Okay, Bob.
I want to see Star Wars Battlefront in a Total War franchise.
Ooh.
Okay.
I want a Star Wars RTS.
Oh, there used to be one of those, and I almost downloaded it again because it was on sale on Steam for like 85 cents. I think it was like Star Wars Galaxy at War or something like that, and it was a Star Wars RTS.
Want it. I fucking want it. I've been saying for the longest time I need a new RTS game, and the recent Total War game, Three Kingdoms, I'm like borderline on buying it.
I take like a Star Wars version of either StarCraft or Civilization. In fact, I'd actually really like a Warhammer 40K version of Civilization. I think that could work really well.
Are you a big Warhammer lore guy?
I don't know the recent stuff, but yeah. I have a bunch of figures and stuff. And
I know that
tabletop.
Johnny Rupe, a friend of the program, friend in real life, would be really big just to continue on the Star Wars trend. Like, give me like a Destiny 2 type game, but with Star Wars, where it's kind of like you get that co-op drop in, drop out type deal. Everybody plays like a bounty hunter or like a fringer or something like that, and you can kind of go to different planets, do bounties and shit like that. That would be fucking sick. Also, I would love a what was I just saying? Well, my favorite genre mashup ever, and if you can even call it that, well, because when like Mass Effect 1 came out, Mass Effect 1's gameplay was shitty. Mass Effect 1's gameplay was like, what the fuck am I even shooting at? Is my gun even firing? And then Mass Effect 2 was like all the lore and all of the like role-playing elements from the first game, but then it just slapped like Gears of War 2's cover-based shooting mechanics on it, and it was the perfect game ever. So yeah, and then everything was just not happy from then on.
I think they should do like a GTA San Andreas and like Hearthstone matchup, like a GTA COD game.
I would play that.
I feel like
I'd try that.
I feel like it could be a lot like, so playing COD games, right? Q, thank you for 5 gifted, you fucking stud.
What a psycho. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Q.
This gives me a good time to go take a piss.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. But like COD games as a whole, I feel like there's not much entry level to it. So like, what's the most entry level COD game you can think of, Dom? So like a Hearthstone type game. Is Hearthstone the most entry level you can think of?
Yeah, Hearthstone is probably like the most accessible like digital CCG that you can play, I guess.
So the Riot one is supposed to be coming out with a less egregious card collection process, which is like
it's already out.
It's you can email them to try to get into the early access of it, but not everybody's allowed into it. But I think it's coming to early access relatively soon. But the system in place for acquiring cards is all the different regions in League lore. You could start a deck in one of those regions, and the more you play that through that deck, the more you unlock cards, and the more you unlock in-game currency to specifically purchase which cards you want from that deck.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's not, so you're never buying randomized packs, which I feel like is a direct shot at Blizzard in Hearthstone.
I like that. This is kind of a side note, Bob. Did you see, I think it was France maybe, they did something with Counter-Strike where you're able to x-ray the crates that you open?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just due to European loot box legislation.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't look too much into it.
Yeah,
but yeah, like the whole COD game thing. I feel like there has to be something a little more realistic for someone like me. Like I never really got into Hearthstone. I got into it all of like a week. And when we were at PAX, we were interviewing Ben Brode. Shout out Ben Brode. And I literally had nothing to say. I was just like, oh yeah, so like you get any cannolis while you were here? I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck to say on the I didn't play the game. But
he did, and like a chump, he went to Mike's.
Yeah,
still love him, friend of the program. He said it was the best interview he's ever had.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Ben,
no, he said it was the best interview he had at PAX.
No, he said it was the best interview I ever had. That was in
in my life. In my life.
In my life. Let's kiss. That was what I heard.
Dude, they had Starbucks coffee in there and like little scones and desserts. It was
Yeah, he was
incredible.
like, "Oh, this is great. Like, this was like the best interview that I've had. Like, this is
And a hard stop at the end of that.
yeah, hard stop at the end of that." And I was like, "Shh, shh." I put my finger over to his lips, and I was like, "Shh, okay, no more words.
Say no more. Say no more. Say no
No
more.
more words. Only dreams."
Only dream. Because the fucking nerd before us was just like so by the books.
He was like,
He was
"So,
It's
what's
'cause
good actually get?" What?
He was their Reddit moderator. That's
Oh
why.
my god!
He was a
Get
fucking
out of
nerd.
here.
Yeah, he was a fucking geek.
Jesus.
Did you see that Lady Gaga tweeted that ninja
That was
Dude,
funny.
oh god.
That
saying,
was
"Who are
funny.
you?" And then he responded saying, "Ash Drake." Love it. What a flex.
Oh, have you seen the Guy Fieri thing?
No.
Oh
wish I
my
didn't see it.
god. I just gotta.
Guy,
All right,
Guy
let
Fieri's
me-
involved in this?
Let me no, but it is what might be the greatest and worst tweet you will ever see. I put it in the chat.
Oh, I can't.
Wait, do you have links that kill me in the? Okay, there you go. I put it in the
No, you
chat.
should be good. All right, let's see this.
Oh,
I love that. He should be an actual character in the
it's
game.
just so cursed, especially because it's from his official Twitter account.
I'm not gonna lie. I could see that in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And then there's like an emote where he just goes like this. That's gangster. That's
yeah,
gangster,
it's so good and bad. I don't get it.
dude. And then they can name a hut point on the map, Flavor Town. I
Mhm.
mean,
They already got Tomato Town.
why not Flavor
Change
Town?
it. Change it.
Yeah,
Get it
Tomato
out.
change
Flavor
it.
Town.
They change it every other week anyway, so what does it matter? Change it.
Honestly, I could see Guy Fieri in the game. I can't wait till he's in it.
Chris,
Oh my
roll
goodness.
that R one more time, like Portuguese Richard does.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri? I say Fieri like there's a D in it. Fieri.
Oh, speaking of actually, on the merging it. Sorry, backing this up a little bit on the merging of games thing you mentioned because I had something before I went to use the bathroom. I don't know if you guys are big Titanfall fans, but if I could get a Mass Effect style game with Titanfall, like first person shooter combat instead of third person, because the Titanfall universe is insanely expansive.
Oh,
like
dude,
the
yeah.
training to become a
Oh
pilot.
my god, I forgot you
kind
were
of
you were my
shit.
resident Titanfall 2 guy.
Oh yeah, dude. I
Oh.
learned. Okay, this is the coolest thing. So so there's a weird thing where in Titanfall they make this kind of weird, like quasi realistic training for all the characters. And in order, this is my favorite thing right here. If you want to be a pilot, so a pilots Titans and shit, it's like you're like basically a Navy SEAL or even better. They got this stuff right here. All right, if you want to become a pilot as the IMC's notorious pilot selection course for a candidate, you must use an R97 CN SMG which fires at 1,080 rounds a minute and shoot a 10-centimeter grouping at 25 meters in fully automatic fire after a 20-kilometer run.
Oh my god.
And it's one of those things where like they could just say something stupid like you must survive a bullet wound to the head or some
Yeah,
crap,
right,
but they give this weirdly specific, impressive training cert and stuff, and all the characters look so fucking cool. I love the Titanfall.
Oh
Goddamn,
my god, dude.
group.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
so good.
cool.
I fucking love that game's lore, and that's why like Apex was such a fucking bummer for me because I was like I would love like give me all these characters, but give me some like background, like give me some lore and some like story stuff to engage with, and also, give me the giant robots. But yeah, Titanfall
Well, like
2.
Apex Legends are Legends compared to
Yeah.
Pilot.
I mean,
Pilots
like
would eat them for breakfast.
yeah, and like what's his name? Was it just Jack? Is the main character of Titanfall 2? It's Jack Cooper. Jack Cooper, yeah. So like, give me Jack Cooper as an Apex character and have his super be like summoning BT, and
Oh, dude,
I would
it's so
burst
so
into tears
hard.
every single time. I mean, that game
Dude.
just. Ooh,
Most
I'm
of
gonna have to go
the
back and
Apex
play it.
Legends, so that's like gladiators. They're like low-level gladiators.
Oh my god.
It's like if you do pilots in Titanfall, they would just slaughter them.
Oh my god.
It's insane. I love this universe.
I
though.
love
It's
the
so well done.
I like the who's the because you can pick your like captain, because you can pick like a faction in multiplayer. He's the guy with like the flask in his hand with the ace of spades.
Barker.
Barker, yeah, and he's like, well, whether you win or lose, there's gonna be some booze here for you at the end. Just get back quick.
I'm
or
drinking
whatever.
tonight.
Just like, oh, dude, it's so good.
And he's voiced by Liam O'Brien.
All right, I'll play Titanfall 2 tonight. All right.
Good.
I'll play.
It's good. I mean, and I don't know if you've obviously played the campaign. I
finished
Bob and
it,
Chris. You guys on the campaign of Titanfall 2?
I have not.
I finished it.
I haven't either.
It's like 4 hours long. Set aside it's like Mad Max Fury Road, where it's just a short, amazing action campaign with a lot of cool set pieces and some great combat. And it's so great. It's so surprising. It's like top 5 FPS campaigns, along with Halo 3 and the new Wolfenstein.
Brought to you by the same people who did the campaign for Call of Duty 4. So
and Modern Warfare 2.
Yep. So if you like those
Before
campaigns,
they had that,
just think about that with giant robots.
And before they had that big falling out, which was shitty.
No loot boxes in the new Call of Duty.
Yeah, give that 2 weeks after launch.
Yeah, give it a month or
not a
Let's
fucking
give up that
chance.
one.
They did the same thing with Black Ops 4. They waited until reviews came out and then they put loot boxes in. Bullshit. You ain't catching me again. Hashtag never again.
Well, I'm buying the new COD because I like COD, but I know for a fact that in 2 months it's going to turn into a shit show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, all right, first 2 months, gonna have a good time, and then I'm probably gonna check out. Because Black Ops 4 was fun as hell that first month or two.
Yeah, and then
it
everything
just
fucking exploded.
And then it just died immediately.
Brick, you're gonna be playing on PC or console? I guess it doesn't matter
Who
actually.
cares? We got crossplay now, man.
Yeah, I know. I completely forgot about that when I said it. Yeah, no, I love the beta. The beta was so fucking fun. I'm jazzed for this Call of Duty. I say it every time. Yes, Black Ops 4 was a flop in my eyes. I had a blaster in the beta, and then once it went live, it was trash to me. I just didn't enjoy it. But I have high hopes for this one. I know I sound like a broken record saying it, but we have all of 8 days now, so we'll see. I already have the game pre-ordered, so.
Weirdly enough, their last game, Infinite Warfare, was the one that everyone shit on because of space and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I play that game almost daily. It is surprisingly good, and I mean, obviously, if you don't like space shit, you're not gonna like it
with Kit Harington.
Setting.
Yeah.
No.
Is he
Conor
McGregor.
What?
Isn't Conor McGregor in one of them?
He is in one of them. I forget which one though.
I know Jon Snow is the main villain in this one.
Yeah.
Kit Harington. Yeah, that's it. Kit Harington.
Yeah. It's like the campaign was surprisingly great compared to all the other COD campaigns, and the multiplayer it's a little crazy, but I kind of like that over the top craziness. It's really fun. I wish if I bought it at a GameStop when I was sick for $5 because I was bored, and I've been playing it since. I was really impressed. It was weird, but the main thing I like about it is that it kind of had that feeling where Infinity Ward was like, okay, we're making a space game. We know exactly what we're doing. We're super dedicated. It's like it looks like a lot of passion put into it, and I'm excited that hopefully that same thing happens.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys want to do a little Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game?
What the hell is that?
Ricky, you were here for this.
Remind me what you said, though.
Don't worry. Hey, Ricky, shush your supple little lips. Shush your supple little lips, okay? I'm going to explain it to you.
All right, please do.
All right. For everybody in here right now, listening, say this is your first time tuning into the stream. Say this is the first time listening to the podcast on any podcast platform, including Spotify. I, your host tonight, am Zoltan Bob, and I have up here in my head a game that my two co-hosts and our lovely guests have 20 yes or no questions to try to determine what game is in my head.
20
so,
questions?
20. Yeah. We've gone over this already. I'm giving you 20 yes or no questions. I don't want to fucking hear it anymore. Doesn't matter. So, simple enough. I get a game in my head. They have 20 yes or no questions to try to figure out what game I'm thinking of. Floor is open whenever you guys are ready.
I got a banger of a first question, boys.
Let me. You want me to just answer for you now?
Was this game released after the year 2005? I'm gonna up it a year.
No.
Fuck, it's gonna be 2004. Like an absolute idiot.
Is this game a first-person shooter?
No.
That's not a lot.
So not released after 2005, not a first-person shooter. Hey, Bert, is this a role-playing game?
No.
Does this game take place in the modern day?
No.
Oh shit. Is this game cross-platform?
No.
Is cross-platform as in, or is it more like was it released on multiple platforms? Not
That's what I meant, but I fucked it up.
I'll answer it both for you right now. No.
Okay, cool.
Is this a
So
PC game?
There's a freebie. No.
Okay, so it's a
Oh.
console exclusive.
Console exclusive. Okay.
Is this game part of a franchise?
Yes. Wow. Turn it around. Let's go.
Let's go. That's the
okay.
first guess, boys. Let's
Part of the franchise below 2005. Is this game Halo?
No, Bricky.
No,
Don't do that.
Bricky, no.
Don't do that.
No, Bricky.
Wait, why? It's a yes or no question. Is it Halo?
Yeah, but if you guess, that's like the end of it.
That's,
I
yeah,
meant like
that's
the
it.
Halo franchise. Like. is
Oh,
it
he's
like a
talking. He's
Halo
talking. He's
big
talking
game?
amongst you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, he's talking amongst you guys. Don't worry. Headphones off. I
No,
didn't
no,
hear anything.
I wasn't like final answer or nothing. Oh wait, it wasn't the first person shooter.
It's
Never
not a
mind.
shooter, you
You
fucking.
guys said that. Fuck.
Give me that like
take it
Bricky
back.
caved in head emoji again.
I wasn't looking at chat. What are you talking about? Shit. Okay. So wait. So not FPS. It was not an RPG, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so here's
Well,
what we got.
before
It's not
2005.
released after 2005. Not released after 2005. Not an FPS. Not an RPG. Not set in the modern day. Not cross-platform. Not a PC game, and it is part of a franchise.
Was this game a third-person game?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is this game based off a licensed product?
No.
Is shooting a primary mechanic in this game?
No. It's a mechanic, but it's not the primary mechanic.
When was Gears of War 1 released? 2006. Never mind.
That's definitely a primary mechanic of that game, though.
Oh, so shooting is not a primary mechanic.
It is a mechanic, but it's not a primary mechanic of it. So it could be like Jack and Daxter or something like that, where you like jump around and shoot, or Shadow the Hedgehog. Could be Shadow the Hedgehog, guys. It's part of a franchise. It's a third-person game. So far, it's not Shadow the Hedgehog. So that's all I'm saying.
Does the gameplay mostly consist of melee combat?
I wouldn't say mostly, but it's. I'll give you this for free. It's basically split between the two.
Melee and
Between shooting and melee?
Okay.
Do you play as a non-human in this game?
Yes. That is 12.
I'm feeling the Jack and Daxter, or like Ratchet and Clank, or one of these.
Yeah,
I'm feeling that.
Is this game a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes.
Ooh, we're getting closer.
Haymaker.
Throw in the damn towel. You got him on the ropes.
Let me go back and say
Do you have a robot sidekick?
no.
Oh,
I'm not going to count that one.
Clank.
I'm not going to count that one. There's like shooting in shooting in a non-traditional sense.
Ooh, it could be Twisted Metal. No, I think we already did Twisted Metal, and it's also
We did do Twisted Metal.
yeah, it's already.
Spyro next. Ooh, Spyro's not a bad idea.
Well, this is what Kenny does: is Kenny will guess it right on question 5, and then he'll second guess himself for the rest of the fucking thing. So, is it whose question is it?
I don't know.
not
Doesn't,
mine.
We're
it's
kind of
open,
outgoing.
open to whoever.
You
I
play
didn't
as
count
a-
the last one.
You play as a non-human. Are there? I could probably get more specific here. Kenny. Do you?
Oh man, I love Custom Robo. That game was so fun, but that was a
Dude,
GameCube
fuck
game.
yeah, Custom Robo.
PlayStation exclusive before 2005.
Okay.
It was non-humanoid?
I will. I mean, I guess we'll get because I don't want to be too general. Because I think if it's a third-person game and they're shooting in melee, then it's obviously like a action platformer. So I don't need to ask that. Who was the original Spyro's? Wasn't Naughty Dog. It was because I know it was Vivendi after a little while. It's you play as a non-human. All right, I'm just gonna fucking lob it up there. Do you play as a dragon in this game?
Yes.
Okay.
Bob,
Damn, he did get it right. Well, then it's obviously the canceled Xbox title, Scalebound.
Scalebound,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
And I've been waiting, baby.
Should we just go for it?
Hey, you guys are at 14 right now.
Okay,
is
wait,
the
no, well, this
dragon
is.
you play
Hold
as
on, wait, Rob,
purple?
can you take your headphones off for a second? Okay, Bricky, so Rob fucking hates Animal Crossing. So usually when we guess it like 9 questions early, we'll just spend the rest of the time asking what the game isn't. So I'll be like, oh, does this game have anything to do with like owing money to a raccoon or something like that? And then once we get to question 20, then once it's like time for question 20, then we'll do that. So let's just like torture him a little bit.
All right, I'm done for that.
All right. Okay, Rob, headphones on, please. All right, whose question is it? Brick, is it you?
I guess Bricky can ask.
Yeah, Brick,
it,
go ahead.
so.
Yeah, is this character in Super Smash Brothers?
No.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Indeed.
Can you just get this over with?
In this game, does your boss give you a ticket to a deserted island for vacation?
Do you owe money to a raccoon in this game?
No. It's 17.
Is there any chance that you can live next door to a giraffe in this game?
I actually, maybe.
You actually might be able to.
I need a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
Is there
I'm
a
gonna,
dog
I'm gonna say
named,
yes. There's a
like-
chance.
Okay.
Is there a dog named like Isabel or Isabel?
What the fuck are you guys even saying right now?
It's a,
Okay, is there a dog named Isabel?
No.
Mm.
All right, you guys are at 19.
All right, so this is question number 19, and then we guess.
No, that was 19.
That was so. Do we guess now, or do I get one more question?
I'm gonna say you guess now because I don't want to hear whatever the fuck is about to come out of your mouth.
You guess now.
Ooh. A dog named
His
Istanbul.
dog name is Istanbul.
I mean, I guess Animal Crossing is not a PlayStation exclusive, so it can't be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ha ha. Fuck you guys.
Why do you hate Animal Crossing so bad? It's just like
Because he's a
city
Scrooge.
It's
Oh,
fucking
boy.
trash.
It's like a city building game. It's like Sims, but
trash.
cute.
Is this game Spyro the Dragon?
Yeah, it is. Fuck you guys. I hate you. Why did you have to do that for the last 6 questions? You guys You know you don't have to listen to that.
Rise and shine.
Yeah, but that lets me come back more, and they buy me drinks.
Oh my god, I'll invite you back. I bought you drinks too.
You
Chris
did.
bought his own drinks like an idiot the first year.
All right, well then you guys gotta buy me more drinks to make up for Bob not buying me drinks.
Oh my
anymore.
God, the bear has a little
Fuck you.
beard.
You're not getting any more drinks from me, Brick, you piece of shit.
The bear has a
damn
little
it.
beard.
All right, it was in fact Spyro the Dragon. Ken is so much fucking smarter than you guys, it's crazy, and I hate giving him any acknowledgement ever.
Yeah, Ken got this fast. Is that who
Yeah.
Plastics is? Yeah.
My next
Yeah.
question was
Yeah,
going to
he's-
be, in this game, is your boss a raccoon? But,
Yeah, he's not. Okay,
Ah.
not that I know of, at least.
okay.
God.
Yeah, I haven't played Spyro in quite some time. You know, as far as I know, he could be a raccoon.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could live next to a giraffe. I don't fucking remember.
Good.
But this clicked in my head because on the Humble Bundle right now, if you are a monthly subscriber, you get Spyro Reignited, you get the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and you get something else. I can't remember what it was. But $12 a month, you get some great games.
Neat.
Yeah.
Was that
Anything else? What?
Oh.
You just read an ad?
No, I was just it popped into my head because I was thinking about purchasing it.
Bob has
Actually-
ads on the back burner he's not telling us about.
Actually, weird, like not an ad, but something that still is actually kind of neat. They have like that weird Xbox Pass thing.
Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah, Xbox Game Pass. It's like I think it's like what $10 a month. I'm
It might
actually
be
like
less.
yeah, but it lets you like I bought Gears of War 5 for the pass, and I played it for $10 a month or whatever it was, and like the newest Gears, and then I realized every single Gears game is in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Game Pass is a
And
great
I
deal.
was
Game
really
Pass
impressed
Ultimate's
by-
awesome.
Yeah, like I was actually really surprised. There's a lot of really good games in that pass.
Ton of good stuff.
And obviously, I'm not, it's obviously not a sponsorship or anything, but It was kind of just it kind of caught me off guard. Like there's a lot of stuff there.
I just recently brought my Xbox to my girlfriend's house because like I don't use it anymore. I play everything on PC or on my PlayStation now.
Yeah.
So she was like landlocked to a Switch for the longest time, and I gave her my Xbox, and I was like, "Hey, if you really want, I'll get you Game Pass, so you don't just have access to like the 60 games I have on my Xbox and the hard drive, but like you could also have like 200 games." And that was like my good boyfriend moment of the weekend.
That's a good
Congrats
boyfriend.
on the love.
Good job.
Good job, Bob.
And then she kicked me out of her house later on that night, but like it's not a big deal.
Oh, Gears of War is pretty fun.
So with that being said, Xbox Game Pass, if you subscribe to the promo code, we could go to check it.
Hey, man. Rob in the chat says, quick someone plug Loot Crate. I'd love to, but unfortunately I can't plug Bankruptcy. So
sick burn. Send him to the burn ward.
man, that's a sad time. I was with him for like 2 years, and the guy I was with was the greatest guy ever, and he got laid off. And
That's
I was
unfortunate.
like, what? And then so I stopped working with them. And like 7 months later, they go bankrupt. And I was like, yeah, that's what happens when you lay off like your best employee.
That's what happens.
Send him to the burn ward.
Fucking way she goes, boys.
All right. We get anything else before we land the train?
No, let's do it.
For you, what now?
Land the train. Because
Now.
we're now about to put it on the ground. We're gonna land it.
Okay. Does this train fly?
I'm confused. Where else would it be if it's not
Do you
flying
have a
in the
boss
sky?
that's a raccoon on this train?
And with that, we're gonna close out this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, episode 150, and we're gonna land the train. Bricky, thank you so much for coming on, for a recurring guest, friend of ours. We love catching you at PAX. Last year, I didn't even know you were gonna be there, and I just spotted you, lumbering over the crowd because you're like 6'4", and even though Chris and I do the same, and I was like, wait a second. I know whose back of the head that is.
We saw him in the
what's
lobby.
that- what's
there was
that
2 people in the
bright-
lobby, and he's just standing there taking pictures with the fans.
Yeah. Right there.
Hey, you
Damn.
Signed
said it,
somebody's
not me.
forehead. We
Oh, I
turned
know.
around. It was like, oh my god, there he is.
Oh yeah, well, which reminds me, I will be back in Boston next year, so I will see
Hey.
you. Yeah. That'd be good. Not the best PAX, so
We don't know if we're gonna be throwing another after party this year. We might, but if we do, we're swapping venues for sure.
good idea.
I might leave it to
Definitely.
the other folks this year. Honestly, it's just fucking what a hassle that was last time.
Oh, JB with 5 gifted, you fucking
Jesus,
handsome
you fucking
man.
maniac! All 5 of his girlfriends, no Amazon Prime anymore because he just gave them out.
Thank you,
Jesus,
All right.
I'm sorry. So you got tinfoil hats as like your 1
yeah.
month?
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you want me to bring
Oh,
up the
wait,
tinfoil
Well,
chalkboard?
please
Should we just
do.
put our
I'd
tinfoil
love to
hats
see
on?
it.
Everyone with tinfoil
All
hats,
right.
please?
So everyone, put your tinfoil hats on because
Yep.
this is what happens whenever we make predictions here.
Yep, put your tinfoil hat on,
All
please. Yep, thank you very much.
Who's gonna? You know what? I get tinfoil hat moment.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say Riot Games' fighting game becomes a mainstay in the pro circuit. I'm gonna say the Riot Games card game might surpass Hearthstone. You know what else I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say the anime is gonna be fucking incredible. And let me just write this down on the tinfoil chalkboard. Hold on one sec.
Yep. Yep.
And if you see over here in column A, this is everything that I was right in the past about.
Oh, you misspelled that word, bub.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. And over here in column B, this is what I'm calling now. Okay. And now you can take your tinfoil hats off.
No, thank you.
Oh, thank God. It's
All
getting
right.
warm.
And there you go. All right. All right, Bricky. Plug what you want to plug. Shout out who you want to shout out. Let everyone know where they can find you.
What do I want to shout out? I don't got anything to shout out. All right. Well, you know, everywhere Bricky Twitch, Bricky Twitter, Bricky YouTube, or Big Brick Plays, the second YouTube channel that is uploading everything Persona on right now because it took 100 hours to beat that damn game. But it's nice. It's nice having Bricky and all the handles. Makes things easier. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Thanks for having me on again. That was badass.
Dude,
Of course,
anytime.
dude.
Anytime.
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Okay. Well, maybe not that.
Not
but
whatever,
like,
but like,
But like,
you can come on whenever, but like not whenever. You know what I mean?
you could
Yeah.
be a more frequent guest than Chris.
Oh, blow me! I've been on for like 140 episodes straight.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. at Bricky on everything. So check him out. Make sure you sub. Make sure you check him out on YouTube as well. Thank you, of course, for coming on. Dom, what do you got?
Just big shout out to Richard, obviously. Thanks a lot for coming back on for episode 50. We were so lucky to have you.
You said, wait, did you say it on purpose? Or did you say...
I think that.
I don't know,
did.
I have to watch the VOD.
Yeah, I think.
And speaking of that, you can actually check out all the VODs on. Not only can you watch it on Twitch, on twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, but you could also watch them on YouTube because the video version of the podcast is also available there. You could just look at it's just wickedgoodgaming.com/YouTube. We've been trying to kind of buff up the YouTube links a lot. Holy shit, Q is just like spamming all of the fucking.
Wait a second. At Bricky Feet Pics when? Haha, I'm not the only one.
Once he pays me enough.
So yeah, if you want to get Bricky's feet pics, you can also check us out on our Patreon. Our diamond tier Patreon, there's actually a set, and it's like Bob and Bricky like linking toes, doing like. That's our Patreon uranium tier. So make sure you go check that out. You can also listen, as you might know, and you might be able to see this. You might be looking at us right now. This fresh ass merch. Listen, I don't make this shit for my health. Okay, these student loans ain't getting any cheaper. This wedding certainly wasn't cheap, and listen, this red wine ain't cheap either because Uncle Dommy's got the very very expensive palate. So make sure you go to wickedgoodgaming.com/shop and you go check out all the amazing new merch. The fall collection just went live. We got a ton of great stuff on there, and anything over I think $40 is free shipping. So like if you get like a hoodie and a sticker, that's free shipping. It'll ship to you completely free. It ships in like under a week. Most people I think have it like literally a week to the day. So if you go to wickedgoodgaming.com/shop, I'm gonna plug it every single week. There's a lot of great stuff on there. Make sure you go check that out.
Love it.
Chris, what do you get to shout
out? Shout out to Q and JB for the 10 combined gifted subs. Shout out to you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you for everyone that's recently followed. Bricky, thank you for meshing your community with ours. It's seems like everyone's getting along quite well. It's always a pleasure having you on. You're a good dude. Bob and I were having this conversation. I don't know who's taller, me or you. I think we measured up at PAX, but
we're shit.
I think we're close.
I think we're right there.
You might be like an inch or two taller than me, or like an inch taller than me, maybe. But I don't know. I'll wear big shoes.
Yeah,
I'll wear some Timbs.
Big B's, Red Sox.
Doc Martens.
Q gifting us up to Bricky. Thank you again, Q. You're
wow, thanks for the sub, Bricky.
God damn it. I was trying to get a goddamn hat on my.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hat on the bear.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Wait, hon, I got to show off the Bricky shirt that I bought right when his store
launched.
Oh,
I didn't realize you got one.
Of course, I messaged you afterwards, you piece of shit, and I said, "Hey,
oh shit, you did.
Love the shirt."
That was a long time ago. Holy
that
crap.
was a long time ago.
Oh, damn. Yeah. You should see the new one. The 36 month, the white one. Ooh.
All right. Now I gotta fucking pull it up and buy more shit.
See that new
that's a good one. I love that one.
But that's all I got. That's all I got to shout out. Bob, what do you got?
Of course, I have to shout out Bricky again. Thank you for coming on, pal. We love having you on. We'll make sure to get you on whenever you want. And when we say whenever, we'll see. Yeah, shout out to everybody from Bricky's community that came to join us. Shout out to everybody that subbed and everybody who gifted subs today. We appreciate you. We love you so much. I also need to shout out, I don't even fucking remember at this point. I don't care. I got a nice Wicked Gaming suck it to the kid who jumped into my stream yesterday when we were playing Counter-Strike and tried to bait me into going to a CSGO scam website to steal my entire CSGO inventory. So WGG, big ol' suck it to you. You could suck it from the back. You could suck it long. You could suck it hard. Thank you for the follow, though.
Bricky, do you have like a name for your fan base?
I get those a lot. I haven't played CSGO in like 2-3 years, and I still get those.
Yeah, he came into Twitch chat and was like, "Oh no, can you do?" He followed and he was like, "Hey, can you do me a quick favor? I think my entire inventory got lost. Can you just go to this website and check for me?" And I was like, "No, dude, go fuck yourself. Contact Valve."
Can you please give me your social security number because my inventory's gone and
they're getting smarter. Shit.
Wait, did you find it? Did you find the text chat, Dom?
No, I just was saying, hey, if you guys
Oh.
want to just give me your social security number, I lost my Counter-Strike inventory, so.
Oh no, well that was pretty close without the social security number. All right. Anything else before we close up episode 150 of Not Another Gaming Podcast?
No.
No, I'm good.
Well, we can't wait to see you at PAX again this year, Bricky.
Oh yeah.
Thank you everybody for tuning in to episode 150 of Not Another Gaming Podcast with our great guest Bricky. If you're here at watching us live, it's twitch.tv/Wicked Gaming. If not, and you want to listen to the podcast, if you want to catch up, episodes of the podcast go live tomorrow morning, Friday morning, on every podcast platform imaginable: Spotify, Apple, TuneIn Radio, radio.com. That's one of the things.
And iHeartRadio, baby.
Yeah, all of those. You could check us out. Unfortunately, we don't have all one. Dom?
1 second. Really quick, just because I forgot. Really just great friend of the program and soon to be recurring guest, That Nerd Violet, got married this weekend to her fiance. So big shout out to Kip and to Violet. We love them really much. We love them really much, and really so happy for them. So yeah, go shout out to That Nerd Violet. We love her, and Kip obviously too. So I'm sorry, go on with your outro, Bob.
Yes. Okay. Of course. Shout out to them as well. Unlike Bricky, we do not have access to the same handle on everything. So we are at Wicked Good Gaming on everything except for Twitter. We are at Wicked Good Games on Twitter. We cannot change that, but Twitter, help us help you. Okay. Give us that one extra letter. Let us help you.
Have you not? Oh, is it too long?
Yeah, it's one letter too long.
I thought some guy already took it. I was like, just pay the guy.
Nah, I'd go fight him for it. Where was I? Oh yeah, make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Wicked Gaming. We are going to revamp that pretty soon. We're going to figure everything out. We don't really know what we're doing on it, but we're going to figure it out. And we want you guys there with us when we figure it out. Also, make sure to check out youtube.com/Wicked Gaming. I'm trying to get semi-consistent Counter-Strike Overwatch episodes up, and I may do case unboxings. Once I unboxed 50 cases the other night on stream, saved the whole thing. I'm going to put it up on YouTube probably this weekend. I spent $125 on keys, and I'm pretty sure
your fault.
Oh, I know. Well, no, I get fucking peer pressured by my friends I game with. We're like, oh, dude, I'm just going to send you 50 crates right now. Why don't you just open them? And I'm like, shit, bro, you're right. Like, yeah, dude, let me get my iced coffee real quick and I will open them.
All right.
Chris is muted. He's trying to talk. Who the fuck knows what's going on?
Write it off as a business expense, I said.
Good call. I should do that. Well, make sure to check everything out. Make sure to check Bricky out. Thank you again for tuning into episode 150 of Not Another Gaming Podcast featuring Bricky. We will catch you next week. You can check out the podcast live tomorrow morning. We'll see you next week. We love you so much.